Well, hello everyone. Welcome here, or welcome back, whatever the case may be. I got to get ready to take Scooby to get his nail trim done. Every opposite month, it's his grooming, which also includes his nails, and then just his nails, because his nails and his fur grow very, very quickly. He's very healthy in that respect, and he does not lose a single hair from his body. It's like, I don't know how he's so not shedding with hair that grows so fast and so thick. But I am going to do something I haven't done for a while. I probably shouldn't be doing this if I'm going to attempt to do a makioke, which is kind of like putting on makeup while doing karaoke. And so far, it has not been very possible for me to do that well at all, because you have to pick something that you know without having to look at the words, which is no song really. I mean, I know certain amounts of certain songs, but there's always words I don't know. And if you're trying to think of that, you're not focusing on what you're doing. It's complicated. It's like, rubbing your belly and patting your head, or rubbing your head and patting your belly, whatever the case may be. It's a little harder than walking and chewing gum, but yeah, that's not an easy task either for some. So I have my lovely latte bowl of coffee. And the irony is, I don't even drink coffee every day. And I do believe this is decaf. It's one of those social things I do when I'm out and about and with other people. I have enough bad habits without needing caffeine. I've got my nicotine and other things. I'm sure I've got plenty of enes in my diet naturally that I don't need to go out and put extra caffeine in every day. I do remember a story though once. I was managing a salon inside of the Sears at Saint Laurent, and I remember making so many pots of coffee one day. Hardly anybody else was drinking it, but I always kept it fresh for the customers and everything else, and I didn't like it going to waste. I don't like pouring it down the thing, so I kept drinking it and drinking it and drinking it, and then putting on fresh and drinking it and drinking. So at the end of the day, I'd had 5 pots of coffee almost exclusively to myself. And I always thought the expression of bouncing off of walls was literally just an expression. And I remember that day just throwing myself at walls, bouncing off of walls. Like, I just had so much energy, I really did not know what to do with it. And it's the one and only time I've ever had so much caffeine that it affected me in that way. And it was certainly excessive, but I will never forget that experience. And so I've really, ever since then, I've cut down on my coffee. And even there, where people were saying, oh, I would never drink decaf, I switched to decaf, and nobody noticed. Not a single person noticed the difference. Not the customers, not the other staff. I didn't let on. I just poured the decaffeinated coffee into the old caffeinated coffee tin, and people just kept making it, thinking it was perfectly fine. Nobody questioned it, and nobody felt a lack of energy or anything. So it's funny, there are legitimate factors at play in caffeine and the stimulant effect they provide. But then there's also a sort of psychosomatic element in play, it seems, because if people don't know the difference and they assume they're drinking caffeine, they still get their energy from it. So I'm not sure how much is overriding one way or the other, but I did find that very fascinating. But I do think, like, if you drink a lot of coffee on a regular basis, you might suddenly notice a lack thereof if it was suddenly just missing. But someone like me who doesn't drink coffee all the time, I'm not sure I could tell the difference one way or the other. Not from just having a regular cup of coffee here and there. So that was just an interesting thing of note. Just thought I'd share that with people. Don't ask me why. now that I can edit things, I'm trying to figure out different approaches to this. So I figure, well, I'll just have a conversation with people before I start doing anything. I can always cut it right out if I don't like it. So I'm just gonna go in with this. La 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 la. You're toxic. I'm slipping under. And I don't know, I think I'm going to use some cheaper things today. Use some cheaper things, use them up. My Le Petit Pot of Art Deco. Which is, I got a bit left in there, but it's really, really not in the best of shape for this. So I'm just going to try and put it on very sparingly, because it is yummy. So I'm sure we can see it in the high def, in the 4K, just taking on my eyes. I'm sure it's very, very unattractive, but it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Thank you, Ryan George, for that quote that I can't ever get out of my head again now. Okay, that's out, so I'm going to leave that out. I think I will start with eyebrows, because I need to kind of keep them where they are. I either have to shave them off if I'm going to put them in a different place, or I work with them where they're at. But then I need to keep the frame on my face working on my face. I know that probably sounded like a very weird thing to be trying to say. After I've edited, and then it won't be all choppy. So I'm trying things out. Hey, Pigeon, what are you doing on our balcony? You know you're not welcome on our balcony. All you want to do is breed. And I do not let you keep any eggs out there, you know that. That is not the way to do things if you want to have a child. Light to medium. It doesn't come in anything that I've seen. It doesn't come in anything darker than light or a light medium. And so the darkest one that I could find was the light medium. does a decent job. Colors that I haven't used much of. Let's see. So I'm taking this in the quo. It's like a little stacked palette. I'm taking this sort of taupey mushroom color. And I'm sort of putting that in where my crease is. And as you can see, I don't necessarily do it real super neatly. Some people just really, they really want something really tidy. And if it's a really intense color, you need to be tidier. But I figured that is okay, because I'm going to go in afterwards with this. And put that here. That's my rose gold by Lise Wattier. There, more subtle eyes today. And let's see, do I have anything on here that I can just put on without having to make my face look really dirty from putting stuff on? I still want to see if I can put just a little bit of something here. Okay, so I think it's time for me just to put a little white. A little white. And we're just gonna take that down so it's not just a direct little glowing spot of white. There we go. So I think that's good. I think I might put just a touch of, so I've got this e.l.f. peachy gold shimmer here, and I might, because it doesn't really, you don't really get much on here. Let's see if I can just put a little bit of shimmer up in here. Because sometimes I don't know if things actually make much of a difference or not. But I know that my face ends up looking dry and powdery if I put a lot of stuff on. So I think this little bit of shine up in here will at least make it look less dry. It's worth trying. So let's see, put on some setting spray. And get my little fan out. And I'm not even going to bother with mascara today. So until the next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.